It was the summer of 1969, and New York City pulsed with restless energy. In the heart of Greenwich Village stood the Stonewall Inn, a dimly lit bar on Christopher Street. For many in the LGBTQ community, Stonewall wasn't just a borough, it was a sanctuary. A place where drag queens could dance freely, where gay men and lesbians could hold hands without fear, and where people who had been pushed to the margins could finally belong. But life outside those walls was far from kind. The police raided gay bars regularly, shaming and arresting patrons simply for existing. On the night of June 28, 1969, it seemed like another one of those raids. Officers burst through the doors, barking orders, demanding IDs, roughing up customers. But something was different this time. Something snapped. As the police dragged people into the street, the crowd that had gathered refused to look away. Shouts turned into chants. Someone threw a coin, another tossed a bottle, and then chaos erupted. Enough. Someone yelled a word that cut through the summer night like lightning. The streets of Greenwich Village exploded with resistance. People who had been silent for too long, drag queens, trans women, homeless youth, gay men, lesbians, stood shoulder to shoulder, fighting back against years of humiliation. They threw whatever they could find: bricks, bottles, even their voices. The police were forced to retreat into the very bar they had raided. As the sun rose, smoke hung over Christopher Street. The rebellion continued for days, spreading through the village like wildfire. Activists organized, communities formed alliances, and what began as a riot became a movement. From those nights came something powerful: the birth of modern LGBTQ activism. Groups like the Gay Liberation Front rose from the ashes of Stonewall, demanding equality and dignity. A year later, the first Pride March took place in New York City, a triumphant echo of that defiant stand. The Stonewall Riots were not just a clash, they were a spark. A moment when ordinary people, tired of being invisible, decided to be seen. And though the fight for equality continues, that night in 1969 reminds us of a simple truth: change begins when courage outshines fear.